Our students, Brian Proctor, the art teacher, back again with another lesson. And not too long ago, one of your fellow art students asked me to do a video on dressing the character. So I said that was a good idea. I would do that. So this is going to be a very short series of videos on how to dress your character, because after all, if you have a figure or a character, you don't want him to stay in his costume or uniform all day. He or she might want to go out to party, to work, to just have fun, and they can't wear their costume all the time. So this is going to be on dressing your figures. So this is going to be a very short series. I'm trying to keep it under 15 minutes to just let you guys see it, do it, and go. So let's get to the drawing table and get started. All right, art students, welcome to the drawing table. Now I have my camera pulled back because I need to show you some things. So this series is going to be on drawing clothes, as I said in the beginning. So I'm not going to really waste too much time saying it again. So I broke this down into 6 steps. And the first step is going to be, we're going to take a look at clothes. I know we wear clothes every day, but do we really actually look at clothes and how they are made? Second step is going to be just drawing those clothes. Once you know how these clothes are made, it makes it easier to draw them. Third step is going to be how fabric pulls. I'll give you this real quick. There's a lot of different fabric, and every fabric will pull differently depending on how you twist and you stretch it. 4 is what do folds look like? Again, what is it going to look like when it's fold or wrinkled? So when I say folds or wrinkles, same thing. Step 5 is going to be, we're going to draw the figure and make sure the figure is round. A lot of people draw the figure and the figure is flat, but you have to put clothes on it. It's going to be a round, it has to be round, a round figure, okay? As in the limbs have to be round. And then the next step is we're going to be drawing the figure, we're going to be drawing the clothes on the figure. That's the final step. So each class is going to be about 15 minutes long, 20 minutes maximum, depending on if I just am in the middle of something and can't stop it. But I want to make sure that there's a good stopping point for each video. All right, so the first thing we do is we're going to look at clothes. All right, so we all wear jeans. Let's take a look at jeans. And I didn't really know this until I started drawing it. You might know, but I never knew until I really got into it. So jeans, everybody has jeans. I don't have jeans. This is my son's jeans. I don't have jeans anymore. If you look at the way jeans are sewn very, because there's a thick material. You have your pocket here, you have another pocket here. Let's look at the back. You have this big seam down the center. You have these double seams on the pockets and across, usually across the, I don't want to say the hip, that, you know, goes around, or it stops right here at the center seam. I'm going fast because, as I said, 15 minutes will go by real quick. You have this seam here, and everything is very thick. Now, seeing that, compared to that, if you look at slacks, let me grab my slacks. Slacks have very little seams. You show the seams are very thin. You also notice that your pockets on your slacks are straight up and down, whereas jeans are not. Some of them are even at a more of an angle. It doesn't have a lot to show, especially in the back. Just that little simple seam, your belt loops, and then your seams on the side. Just very simple, because you don't want, I gotta say this, slacks are not as thick as jeans, so they don't need to be extra sewn. You know, they don't have to be sewn up that much. And the pocket, the zipper. Of course, the zipper goes all the way up to the button, and then there's always this little piece for your belt to sit. All right, so that's a quick look at that. Now, eventually, when you're drawing your characters, you're going to want to put them in clothes. They're not going to be in a uniform all the time. So let's take a look at a shirt. It's something else I never really noticed. Your shirt, basically your shirt is square. Everything is basically a shape. Your shirt is square. You have the little dip out of for your neck. But this is the one thing that I did not know for the longest time. Basically, this is I'll just say it's not straight down, but you only have so much shoulder on a shirt, a t-shirt or regular shirt, versus a sweatshirt. If you look at the sweatshirt, you have so much more shoulder. Since it's there, you see where your seam is from your shirt to your sweatshirt. And this is the same thing with hoodies. Some of them go even further down. Like if you have a karate gi or something like that, it will even go further down. So what they do, they give you this extra room for your arms to swing up and down, because sweats are basically made for jogging and working out and so forth. Just like the karate gi, you're going to be throwing your arm up. So when you're drawing your shirt, you have to remember to put your seam way down off your arm. So if your shoulder is right here, your shoulder is going to be right here. This should be like the end of your shoulder right here. If your shoulder was that ball, then your arm comes down. On this, your shoulder would be right here, and you'd have that little extra for throwing your arms around. And of course, you know, at the bottom, you always have the stitches for the stretch material. And as I'm doing this, you can actually see the difference between the material as far as wrinkles or folds for that and this. One would have more because it's thinner. So the thicker the material, the more wrinkles or folds you're going to have on that material. Something else to think about when you're drawing. Now, I'm going to stick in some some actual photos that I downloaded from the internet to show you how some clothes will fit. So kind of give you a preview of what we're going to do, and at the end, how this thing should look for you when you learn to draw clothes. So one last thing, I want to show you a dress shirt, because a lot of times we might do our characters in a dress shirt. And another thing that I had trouble with was collars. You know, how do you draw a collar, especially when you put a tie in there? It's just a hard thing. How does it go back around the neck? The dress shirt as well, it has just a little extra room for the shoulder. So the shoulder will be like right here. You get a little extra room, and because it is a thinner material, it will wrinkle a lot. The back may, like I said, we wear clothes, but we really don't look at clothes. And you have this little seam, your sewn seam right there and across the back. So when you are drawing clothes, it depends on how good you want to learn anything. If you just want to put something on your figure with just wrinkles across it, then that's fine. But if you want to do something that really looks like clothes, maybe you want to get into fashion design or clothes design, you're going to need this stuff. As I say, it depends on how good of an artist do you really, really, really want to become, to where people look at your stuff and say, oh my God, look at that. Or just like, it just looks like everybody else's. So you have to ask yourself that. All right, so let's get more into the lesson. We still have a few more minutes. All right, I want you to take a look at this. This is incredible right here. This is a sculpture. This is like one of those old Greek statue things, I believe. I'm pretty much sure of that. But just the fact that the person had the ability to be able to sculpt this, but just the drapery, the wrinkles, the folds, the pulls, this is just incredible. And the best way to learn to actually draw clothes is to look at it. Look at some of these old Greek statues or Roman statues and just see what it looks like and draw it. The ones that's wearing the togas and so forth, just to get a good feel of how this drapery and stuff works. This is beautiful. But not only that, I downloaded this as well. It helps to know it because, what if you want to draw a bed or something, somebody's messy room, And this is the bed looking down at it because these are the two pillows. It was a thing where I could rotate the bed. This is not my bed. This is just a picture I snatched off the internet. So, you know, it helps the same way the drapery, it just drapes this way. It's kind of like the same way it drapes there. So once you get that knowledge and you know how to do that, then you can do it with anything, curtains, capes, whatever. So, you know, instead of just having a flat cape, have that cape twisted and turning in the wind to make your drawing look even better. So I think I'm going to do a stopping point right here because I have not put those other pictures up and I don't know how long that's going to be, but as I say, I just want 15-minute videos. Start doing 15-minute videos, and eventually I'm going to do a master class where it's going to be, sorry to say, but it's going to be a paid site where you can come and you can learn all of that stuff that I really can't show you on YouTube because YouTube has their own rules, and you know, they don't want kids seeing, you know, a lot of the stuff like the actual nudes and so forth, which I want to show people exactly how to draw the body, you know, so that'll be my rule. So my rule on my channel would be like, you have to learn, that's all it would be. But, you know, I can't do a lot of stuff on YouTube. So eventually I'm going to start my own master class and teach you guys, you know, get really in depth with it. And then time-wise, it really wouldn't matter because you can always come back and just start replaying it again. All right, so that's going to be it for this one. The next lesson is going to be on, what did I say? Drop my paper. The second lesson is going to be on, we're going to start drawing the clothes. We're going to draw the clothes, not on the person, but we're going to draw the clothes with the seams and so forth. That way, when you put them on the person, it looks like real clothes. All right, so I will see you guys in the next lesson.